Hello, my fellow Genshin citizens. Today is a great, wonderful day in Mondstadt. Ah, look at the night sky, beautiful. Today feels like the perfect day.
To complain about the game.
I felt the very strong urge to be a hater, okay? And I was playing Genshin Impact and I was doing the stupid Chasm quest. Y'all know the one with Xiao that takes 5 years and decades to finish, where he dies just to get resurrected. Or not resurrected, rescued by Zhongli. Now, that was the tipping iceberg for me to just say, I am feeling very salty towards the game right now, and I feel like complaining. So I created a lovely list. Here, y'all, here's the proof. A lovely list of high quality complaints. So let's lock in. So number one complaint on the list, or at least the one I have listed first, is things being locked behind days.
Something you wish to report?
This includes
Go on.
materials,
You have my undivided attention.
weapon mats, and all that sorts of stuff. Now, this is a very popular complaint within the community and all this stuff. Y'all know this. Like, no one likes this addition to the game or whatever. But Genshin still, to this day, after 4 years, still continues to implement it. Like, it's nothing. And I think that enough is enough. I'm tired of this company locking my sweet, sweet Arlecchino's mats behind days, because it's locked behind Wednesday. Like, I know today's Thursday when I'm recording this, but I wasn't feeling it. Okay, I wasn't feeling it yesterday. So is that my fault because I didn't feel like it that day, so now I'm getting punished? I gotta wait till Saturday. Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But it's just like, that don't even make no sense. Cause like, imagine you got a character, right? Like a new character that you have no mats for, and you got her on a Tuesday. Turns out you need to farm her mats on like Monday, and now you gotta wait till Thursday. Like, whoever designed that is actually a little psychopath and needs to get fired from Hoyoverse, because why would you even implement that? Honkai doesn't do that. At least their stuff is, you can actually get a character and actually like enjoy them. So Genshin needs to learn from that. But anyways, that's point number one. Number two, 5 stars taking 10 years to rerun. So now this one, I will admit, Genshin is doing a little bit more for, I guess. Because like, they're having this, actually even right now, they're doing this like leeway contract chronological wish type beat thing. So there's like multiple different 5 stars. Now, would I ever pull on this?
Not a million years.
Because the way it works is it's like the pity on it doesn't transfer to like the next banner. So it's like, if you don't get a 5 star at all, it's just a waste of wishes for really no reason. But other than that, 5 stars rerun at a comically really sad rate. And like, for example, I think Shinha, who's in the new banner I just showed, hadn't revamped for like a whole year. I think even more than a year or whatever. And everyone got pathetically excited over the fact that she was rerunning, for the fact that she just hadn't reran in so long. And I mean, I get it to an extent, like you can't rerun everyone at once. But it's still like, the rerun system's just so, cause it's like, why you gotta wait like a whole year and a half to get a character because you couldn't afford to get her? Cause you gotta remember, this is a gacha game, so it's like, you gotta pay money, realistically, if you like want a character you want like really bad. But it's like, no one has the money to, you know, like be dropping it like that unless you're a loser, no shade, and you have nothing else to spend money on and you don't have a wife and kids. But some people have a wife and kids, or a life, or something. So it's like, I don't know how they expect like everyone to always get the 5 star they want the first time. So then at least the people waiting for the reruns. But sometimes the reruns don't happen for like a whole year. And now you look stupid because now the character you've been wanting for like the longest time is now never going to be in your inventory because you decided to be financially responsible. Now I will open my phone to mission number 3. Oh, this is a biggie. This one's a biggie. Long ass dialogue for what? Now, I've heard this argument many a times. Genshin is a story
could the
game.
children be
If
up
you're not
to?
playing for the story, don't play the
Never mind.
game.
Let them do
Okay.
as they please.
That is true. Genshin is a story game, and it is one of its main, things that keep you invested. However, I argue that Genshin is more open world than anything else, right? Like Breath of the Wild, for example. A lot of people play this game for the simple fact that it is open world, and because they like to pull on characters. Or you could just like one or the other. Either way, let me not say most, but a lot of people don't play for story. Not as much as you would think, anyway. So, by saying it would be, you're not a true player if you want to skip button, or you're not a true player if you don't listen to every single piece of long or short shit that, where is this last Rainbow Rose? Anyways, but I know a lot of people say you're not a true Genshin player if you don't appreciate the story. I don't think that's true, and I feel like you can't expect people to be there for one part of the game. Some people like playing Genshin because they like the open world. Some people like playing Genshin because they like the gacha. Some people play Genshin, and some people play Genshin for all three: the story, the gacha, everything. But it's not fair, I would say, to force players to do things they don't want to do in game when it comes to things like story, in the sense that a lot of those players aren't gonna listen to the story anyway, right? So realistically, they're gonna skip it all anyway. Might as well save everyone the time and the energy by just adding a skip button. Because at the end of the day, a skip button doesn't hurt anything anyway. It's not like if you add a skip button and someone skips the quest, it's gonna skip the quest for someone else's account. That's not how that would work at all. So there's no penalty for it. I think people were saying that, like, if they don't listen to the lore, they're gonna mischaracterize characters or some stupid excuse like that. And to me, that is just, or read the wiki, something stupid that just like, what? Like, okay, then don't listen to those people, like, or correct them or something. Like, your complaints are just like whatever. And it's just like a skip button would keep players' retainment level, because people would actually want to do the quest for the sake they can get through it faster and skip some dialogue, so they'll know it'll take less time and they can do it on shorter notice rather than having to, like, for example, clear a whole evening for Genshin, which realistically, like I said, if you have a life, you probably don't want to do. But, there's people like that. But I'm saying that there's literally no reason not to have a skip button. Like, I feel like there's no actual valid reason not to have a skip button, other than people who actually enjoy the story game, but I heard that, like, people on Twitter will, like, call their character, be like, oh, they'll be like, I think Yanfei canonically likes rocks, and then they'll get mad because it's said in one itty-bitty little piece of dialogue she doesn't like rocks, and it's, like, the end of the world. Like, stupid stuff like that. Like, that's the kind of stuff those people are getting mad at. Next point, ugly characters existing on my account. Now this one is a very emotional one. For the reason, excuse me. This is really getting me emotional. I really don't like my account sometimes, because I will open up my account and I will go to my profile and look at them. They're so ugly, every last one of them. I had to make my bio ugliest characters in Showcase because I had to show the world how cruel Genshin is for giving me these characters. I don't even want to go too much into this topic, but if you see a character you like, make sure to comment in the video so I can roast you and call your main hideous and ugly. I will make a whole separate video about this, okay? I really don't want to look at them any longer. Next topic. Okay, so the next complaint is they need to add an extra way to access resin. Now, I know Genshin went from having like 160 to like increasing it to now 200. Great improvements. Let's do more. So we already have the capped resin thing, as you can see right here, which is, well, fragile resin that you can get through like the battle pass and stuff, but it's not very easy to come by. Now there is this fragile resin thing that you can get from the teacup, but you can only get it once a week. And realistically, if you pull a new character or you're trying to build multiple, which at the current moment I'm trying to build Arlecchino and I'm trying to build Lynette simultaneously, which by the way, they both take the same talent books. It's not for the week, and I was very broke at one point. I got some money now, but it's not easy. And resin is very easy to deplete, right? Now, these systems are fine and all, but like in Honkai, for example, they have the extra resin that you'll get for like just not playing the game. It will actually keep tabs of your resin and keep it for when you do events you start playing. You can basically use like, I think it's like 2,000 of it at once and just dump it all on a character, which is amazing. Genshin needs to do the same exact thing. And yes, I'm directly comparing because it's such a great feature. I don't know why us Genshin players suffer. They should definitely instill that in Genshin for the sole fact of it actually would be very useful to the integrity of the game, and less people would be so annoyed with their stupid resin system, because 200 is very limited, especially when you don't be playing that frequently. Like, let's say you hop on a couple times a week. Well, good luck, because you just got scammed of thousands of resins, and it doesn't regenerate very fast either, but it's still the principle of the fact that I have to itch my ear, excuse me. It's still the principle of the fact that if Honkai can do it, so can you.
Clock that T. Clock that T. Clock it. Clock that T.
Now, I will say they did increase the cap, so it's better than it was. Doesn't mean it's great. So until it becomes great, I'm still gonna complain about it, honestly. So, you know, get on that. Next question. Sumeru was a waste of time and energy. Now, I know this is a very controversial take because unknown to my knowledge, people actually like Sumeru. Y'all are telling me y'all liked this region? This ugly? Even on the map, she looked ugly. Y'all like the desert? Because when I say Sumeru, I'm including all of this, too. You see, peep this. I didn't even unlock this area yet in Sumeru. I didn't unlock this in Sumeru. As you can tell, I kind of stopped playing when Sumeru came out, actually. Let's look at the exploration level. 20%, 31%, 9%, 8%, 30%. The highest exploration I have in Sumeru is 44%. And that's like literally where the capital is. As you can tell, Sumeru killed the game for me. And it killed the game for a lot of people who value having fun. I do not know how people genuinely enjoy Sumeru, because I'm gonna tell you why that region was so trash. Oh, there's a little puppy. Oh. I'm gonna tell you why Sumeru was so trash, bro. Okay, so we already talked about the long dialogue problem. Now imagine that times 1,000. That dialogue in that quest was so unbelievably long. Easily the longest Archon quest of any of the regions. By a million. And it wasn't even that interesting. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. And this is where the story people that I was just talking about, where it's like, you shouldn't skip the dialogue, are gonna come for me. I wasn't paying attention to the story. I paid attention to the first act and lost me for the rest.
What?
No, not even like half the act, and then lost me for the rest. So I literally was playing skipping simulator. But visuals alone, easily the ugliest region. Dare I say, like Natlin almost. It'd be fighting with Natlin for who's worse. I'm not gonna lie. The ugliest region with the ugliest cast of characters too. Like, okay, there's individually ugly characters, but just the ugliest regions award definitely goes to Sumeru. Let's go through the cast and say why each of them are ugly. Kali, she's not ugly, she's not cute, she's mid. When this twink first came out, I had so much trash to talk. His design is just a mess. Like, why does he have a hoodie? This is fine in itself, but mixed with the hoodie and his nasty big ass, just a mess. I heard this was racist, and she's annoying, and she sounds annoying, and her character's annoying, so just a mess too. The only good design in Sumeru, well, one of the only ones, good ones. There's like 2 more, I think, or 1 more. Ugly, like, ew, like, why are you a twink? And there's actually a point I have about this later, but I'm like, why? As a general, shouldn't you be buff? Shouldn't you have some kind of substance? You look like a meaty, he looks like a piece of spaghetti. He looks like a piece of spaghetti. Slightly tanned piece of spaghetti. And don't even get me started on the, like, the racist kind of, I'm not even gonna talk about that in this video, because this isn't what that is, but Sumeru was just a disappointment. Nailu, one of the only prettiest characters. Nahida was I only pulled her because I needed a Dendro application, okay? So ignore the fact she joined my party. I'm disappointed in that too. She is easily the worst Archon design by 1,000 years. She is ugly. Her design is bland. She is disgusting. I wish the other god died. No, I wish she died instead of the other god, because I know something about her and some god. I don't know, whatever. I just wish they lived and she didn't. She's musty. She sounds annoying. She wants to be smart, but she's not. So I hate her. Not the worst though, but she's definitely up there. Layla, also one of the only other pretty designs, so I'll move on for her. I don't feel anything for Farazan. I mean, she's not ugly. She's definitely not ugly, but I don't feel anything for her. And her kit is so tailored to the next character, which is, in my opinion, one of the worst characters in the game. So it's like, you know, I don't want to say anything good either. Scaramouche / Wanderer.
Relax.
I'm gonna call him Scarabooby because I hate him. Oh my god. He has consistently been one of the characters I've hated the most my entirety of playing Genshin, because he is an ugly character. His character is an annoying character. And there's too much. Something about him just reminds me of, like, everything I hate. And I think that Raiden should have put an end to him before he could flourish. So I'm very disappointed that he is a character. I heard he's kind of trash though, so it makes it kind of funny now. Anyways,